Know exactly what you need on your cold calls for the information that you're looking for, and get it down so packed that you know those top 6 things, those top 3 things, the top 10 things that you need to find from that gatekeeper or the person that you're talking about, to make sure that you have all of the information to kind of fill in the blank and then be able to continue on your sales process. So for example, if you need to know what kind of software they have, make sure that you're asking that question, that to make sure that you're compatible. Make sure that you have what is your main decision making process? How does that work? Be able to ask that question. Find out the emails, the phone numbers, any of the contact lists, who might be involved in that main decision making process, and make sure that you have all of that information so that you can go back to your car or go back to your office and then feed your CRM with all that information so that you don't have to keep being able to ask for it over and over and over and over. The more information that you have, the more that you know exactly what you're looking for, the more likely you're going to be able to make the biggest bang for your buck out of every single one of those cold calls, and kind of shorten the sales process to make sure that you're closing as many as possible and or getting anybody out of your pipeline that you don't want. So for example, if you go in there and you need a certain software to be compatible with the software that let's say you have a SaaS software, a software as a service, you're offering that service, and you only are compatible, let's say, with 100 different softwares, make sure that you're asking that question, because the worst case scenario is that you're missing pieces of the information that you're looking for and then you schedule the meeting. Let's say it's a lunch and learn that you're presenting your information to, and then you find out you don't work with that software, or that you're missing a key piece of information, or that you didn't ask what the main decision making process is, or how do you finalize a decision for the organization. And then you realize that you've now bought a $150 lunch and you're not even sitting down with the main decision maker that you need. You're missing this key link simply just because you weren't strong enough at the very beginning. And even if you're coming off the street and you're going door to door completely cold, the more blunt you are about asking those questions, the more likely they are to answer that to you. Okay, well, so what is the main decision? How do you guys come to a final decision? Who needs that? Oh, Greg needs that? Okay, fantastic. What's Greg's phone number, his contact information? Fantastic. What's his email address? Oh, fantastic. Well, what software do you guys use? Fantastic. Whatever it is that you're looking for, that you need to make sure that you have that information, know dang well that you're going to have to ask those questions and make sure that you don't forget them. Even if you have to write it down a couple different times, let's say you're looking for 3 to 6 things and you just write it on a piece of paper and you bring that in, or you take a note on your phone and you go through those a couple different times. Basically, repetition is the mother of skill, like Tony Robbins always says. So the more likely you are to do something over and over and over and over and over, the more likely it's going to stick. The more likely you're going to be able to get exactly what you're looking for, and kind of make sure that person that you're speaking with is a good person to follow up with, to touch base with, to basically spend any more time with them. So again, sit down, write the top however many things it is that you need answered: email, phone, main decision maker, contact, fill in the blank, and make sure that you have those asked every single time, and you're constantly beating it into your head so that you don't end up in another meeting going like, oh man, I just spent a bunch of money and I don't even have the right people here, or I don't work with the software. That's going to make you look really foolish, and at the same time, their time is just as important as yours is. So the quicker that we can help them out and help them get to a yes or no for us, the more likely we are to do better in our commissions.